started off with these little Frankenstein stamps. They are from the Alleyway Stamps Ghoul-friend set. And I'd stamped it twice onto white cardstock, and then I'd cut them out before I even started coloring, just to save myself time when I actually started filming. So I did that, and then I've got just Copic markers. I'm going to color his skin green. So I started with the YG23, added the 25, and then I went in with a bit of G07 just to give it a more green tinge. And working my way lightest to darkest, and then I work my way back to the lightest again to blend everything out. So super simple. So I got that, and then I decided to add a little bit more of the G07 under his eyes there, just to kind of make them look a little bit more sunken in, even though he's kind of a cutesy image, you know, just because I could. So did that. And then I went on to color his hair and his little neck bolts and his t-shirt. So I'm just using C5 and then just going in with C7. So once I've got that all added in, just blending it out again with C5. Since they're such small images, I only stuck to 2 different shades because it's just easier that way. So then for his little jacket and the patch, I went in with BV02 and then I went in with 04. And then I'm going in with my darkest, which is the BV08. Then again, working my way back, so I'm going in with the BV04 to blend that a bit, and then finally blending it all together with the BV02. So then get that all blended. He's got a little purple jacket. And then for the orange, I'm starting with YR04, and then going in with the YR07. And then finally my darkest is the YR09. And then blending that with the 07, and then finally again with the 04. And then for that last little stripe, I'm just using the G07 again and just going in with that, not bothering with any like blending or anything. And then it was just simpler to flip them around to hold them down as I did his little shoes. So I'm just using E23 and then going in with E25 and then finally E27 just to add the darkest color, and then blending that with the E25 again. They're already kind of just blending themselves because it's just such a small area, and then blending that with the E23. And I didn't bother cutting out that little space there between his feet since I'm actually mounting this onto white cardstock. It just doesn't matter. So yeah, for my card front, just some more white cardstock. And then I chose the large spiderweb stamp from the Ghoul-friend set. And I'm inking it up. I'm just using my embossing buddy here. I have a link to it in the supplies. This just keeps the static down on the paper so that the embossing powder doesn't stick to other areas of the paper. And then I'm inking up the stamp with some Brilliance graphite black ink. This is a slow drying pigment ink, so ink that up, got that stamped onto there, and then I'm using Stampin' Up's. This is their iridescent ice embossing powder, so just clear embossing powder with iridescent glitter in it. It's really pretty. I've had this container for years. They still sell it, but yeah, I've had mine for years now and still have tons left. So got that stamped, the embossing powder on it, and then just using my heat tool to melt all the embossing powder. So then I've got a black sparkly web. So really cool, super fun. So once I've got that, just figuring out where I want to place my little Frankenstein guy, and then the sentiment is from my Autumn Sentiment set, and I just kind of figured out where I wanted it on the card, and then I'm just inking it up with VersaFine Onyx black ink. So got that, and then stamp that where I wanted it. And then I grabbed the little bat stamp from the same stamp set from the Ghoul-friend set. I love it, their little eyes are so cute. So I stamped that 3 times and just stamped it onto the card front as well. And then since I had it sitting here, and I'm kind of obsessed with it right now, this Halloween twine, I wrapped it around the card front a couple of times and then tied it in a bow. And then last but not least, I grabbed my corner chomper and just rounded all the edges of the white cardstock. So got that done. And then just tape on the back of the card front. And I don't think I showed it on here. No, I didn't. It didn't get filmed or something. But the little main image dude I had popped up just on dimensionals. So did that, but before adhering it to the actual card itself, I just set that piece aside because I wanted to finish the inside first while I could still lay flat. And I just used a couple pieces of copy paper to protect my work surface and to kind of mask the upper part of the inside of the card. So just covered that up and then inked up the web stamp again, this time with just the VersaFine ink. just to kind of give it a cleaner look. So I stamped that in the upper corner and then just again on the bottom corner of the inside of the card. Then of course I had to add the little bats again, just because they're so cute and just to finish it off. So I stamped those again, and then I'm going to add another sentiment, but I wasn't sure where I was going to put it. It was just kind of dependent on where I was going to adhere that little second Frankie that I colored. So I was going to put the sentiment above, I wasn't sure if I was going to put it besides, and finally I just decided to stamp it just along the bottom of the inside of the card. And again, this one's just from my autumn sentiment set. And then I adhered the little Frankie with my Tumble Monomulti. So once I've got that done, now I can finally adhere the card front to the card itself. So just a little bit backwards today. And as always, I will have a link below to my blog post with links to all of the supplies used. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!